Hi everyone, thank you for joining this presentation. So today we're going to talk about how to confidently get web development clients with personalized outreach. So this is the overview. First, we're going to talk about the two most common problems web development agency have, and then ways to get clients, what is personalized outreach, and then personalized outreach process, and then the last one we're going to talk about the free service. So if you're interested in the free service, please stay until the end, or maybe if you just want it, just skip it to that part. Okay. So let's talk about the first one. The two most common problem web development agency have. First one is getting clients. Yeah, this I have seen this a lot that many web development agency owner start as a developer, as a programmer. They're good at writing code. They're good at creating the best um, website, a great web application, but they are not haven't had any experience in getting clients. So that could be a big problem for the agency owner. And then the next one is the service delivery. So because of what I said before, so I don't. And if I or my team have sent you an email, so that means that you have a great website and maybe you have a great case study. So I don't think you have the problem in service delivery. So that's why today we're only focusing on the getting clients part, and also because that's our expertise. Okay, so let's move on to the common problems when finding clients. The first one is unqualified prospects. So what I mean by this is usually the expectation of the prospect is just not reasonable. For example, maybe the prospect wants something to be done and the project to be done like next week, but you know that it could take until 3 months to finish that kind of project. And also sometimes the prospect expect that the price maybe to finish the project is like maybe $500, but you know exactly that it needs certain skills uh, and some time to get the project done. So maybe it could take you should charge at least $5,000. So it just doesn't match. So that's what we call unqualified prospect. And then the next one, sometimes when you try to find a client, the strategy is not that scalable. It's a great strategy at the beginning, but when you try to scale it, it's just you just cannot do it. And then the last one is expensive. Yeah, maybe there's a way to get the to find the clients, to get the prospect in front of your door, but sometimes it's just very expensive to do that. Okay, we will see the example of these problems in the next slide. In the in so in this slide we're going to talk about the ways to get clients. First one is from friends and family. This is very obvious. When someone starts a business, they tell their friends, they tell their family. But the problem with friends and family, as we have seen before in the previous slide, maybe sometimes they are unqualified, and sometimes also it's not scalable because the number of your friends and family is limited, right? Especially the friends and family who has a business, or maybe they need who need your service. Okay, and then the next one is referral. So what is referral? Referral means that someone, or maybe your friends or family or your coworker, refer you to someone, to other business, or to someone else who need your service. This is the same like friends and family. It's great at maybe at all time, but it's just not scalable. You cannot just scale referral, right? And then the next one is ads. Ads is very scalable. You can see that uh, But the problem with ads is it is very so to find the winning campaign, it could be very expensive, but after you get that winning campaign, you can scale to the moon actually. And also the problem sometimes it is when you try to run an ads, maybe it's Google ads or Facebook ads or any kind of ads. Sometimes the prospect is not qualified because the ads will be shown to so many people and many of them are not qualified. And if you want to make them qualified, maybe in your landing page you have to put some kind of filter which will increase the the ad budget, or maybe it will increase the cost per acquisition because of that filter. So yeah, this is tricky. So after before you get the winning campaign, this could be very hard. But after that, you can uh, you have to you can scale very high, but it's also not stable because you have to repurpose or maybe have to recycle the ad image and ad copy to get the consistent result. Okay, so let's see the other ways to get clients. So there's SEO. So what is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization. So I know that you know this exactly as a web development agency owner, but you know exactly right that the SEO will take a very long time. So this could be a really great long-term strategy, but if you want to get a client like tomorrow or maybe next week or in a month, SEO is not the way to go. And then the last one is outreach. So what I mean by outreach is just we contact the person directly. Maybe contact them through email, maybe contact them through LinkedIn, maybe contact them through Instagram DM, Twitter DM. Just maybe you can just cold call it. It means that we are doing like we contact them directly. In this, so let's see. This is my favorite actually outreach because it is great at the beginning, and then it's also after you can because you don't need that much money to start the outreach. You can just contact them, and also the prospect will be qualified because we only contact someone who we think is qualified, right? Rather than showing the showing it to showing the ads to like so many people. We don't know if they're qualified or not, but in outreach we will only contact someone who we think is qualified. And then also this is very scalable. If the message is working, we can send more email, and then results uh, will also we'll also see that in the result will also increase. And then the last one, and also this is very cheap and not expensive rather than ads or SEO. So yeah, if you want to try if you want to try this outreach, there are two types of outreach: the spammy one and then the not spammy, or sometimes we called it personalized outreach. Okay, let's talk about the spam first. So what is spam? So according to Spam House, a cold outreach is spam if the recipient's personal identity and context are irrelevant because the message is equally applicable to many other potential recipients. So yeah, please don't do this because it doesn't work, and also it will hurt your reputation as an agency, as a brand. So yeah, please don't do this. Okay, now let's see what is the different between the spam one and the personalized outreach. So personalized outreach is research based, and then also we use that research. We research about the prospect first. We know what they're up to, what they're selling, what they're good at, and then we use that information that we've been researching and personalize it in our email, in our LinkedIn, or anything. Right? And then after we personalize it, we create a system because with only research and personalization, we cannot scale and get great results with that. Maybe if our offer is very, very expensive, we don't need that much leads or clients, it's okay. But uh, if you want to have many clients, you need to have a system to do this outreach process. So and then how's the system? In scaling outreach, we have a system and then we call it the 9-step process. Uh, so here it is. First, we'll have to buy the domain. This in this process, we're focusing on the email outreach first because right now we have learned a lot about it and implemented, and we've seen a great result with the email outreach because it's not very very threatening like it's not scary maybe, and then also it's not mm, yeah, and then it's because email is non-threatening. We just call, rather than cold calling and something like that. But I don't say that cold calling doesn't work, but just the email we have tested it, we have done it, and it works very very well. All right, so let's see. The first one is we buy a domain. So why do we buy a new domain? So let's say maybe as you can see, our website is scalingoutreach.com, but the one who sent you an email is scalingoutreach.org. Why do we do this kind of things? So it's very simple. By buying a domain, a new domain to send an email, uh, is some kind of strategy to mitigate a risk if our domain marked as spam by Google, by Gmail, or any other email provider. It won't be a problem because the one that will be marked as spam is our other domain. So the scalingoutreach.com will be very very will be safe from the from that risk. Even though we have we haven't got any haven't been we haven't been marked as spam before, but that's just to mitigate the risk. Okay, and then so the next process is before we send an email to that domain, we have to warm up the email. So, what do you mean by warming up the email? You cannot just buy a domain and then connect the email to it and then just send the email to like everybody. Why? Because it's Google will be the email provider will be email provider will be suspicious with you because why this email? You just get an email and send so many email. Maybe it is a spam and you can mark as spam. So to warm up this email, we have to send an email back and forth. But but in Scaling Outreach, we have created a system to warm up these emails, so it won't be a problem. And then the next one is we find while we were warming the email, maybe it takes like 2 weeks. We try to find we'll find the prospect's email. how do we do that? With this we are using software, and also we are using some kind of coding to so use a kind of software to find the and link in to find the prospect email, especially the owners, because we have made a dumb decision before. We just send an email to the customer service, and of course they just won't reply that email, but because they cannot make a decision. But the owner, usually they will open and will reply if they're interested in the offer. Okay, and then the next one, the fourth step, is after we get the email, we research the prospect's business. We learn about their business, about maybe what is their achievement, what is their portfolio, and with the research that we have done, we write the email, and then after we write all the email, the personalized email, we set up the system. After we set up the system, so to make it so we are able to send the email at scale. And then the next one is, after we set up the system, we put the email, the contact and everything to that system, and start the email campaign, so they could send the email by themselves, and we can see the analytics how that email works, who opened the email and who reply. After we're done sending the email, we will read and analyze the campaign results. Who's opening the email, who's replying, what kind of message that make the people reply, and what kind of message that won't get any reply, or maybe what kind of subject that don't even get opened. And then the last one, we iterate the process until we get uh, the winning message and then the winning campaign. Okay, all right. So you have seen all of this process. You can implement this process by yourself, or you can let me do it for free. So if you choose to do it by yourself, feel free to close this video, or if you have any questions, you can contact. Actually, this is my business partner, Sahel at scalingoutreach.com, and I will be very happy and I or maybe Sahel will be very happy to answer it. But if you want me to and my team to do it for you for free, please stay and I will explain. So maybe you ask, and why is it free? It's very simple, because we want to show it will be easier if we give you value first, and then we charge you some money, because you will believe us more rather than just I just tell you that I'm good at it, and I just will just show you. I will get you results. I will get you more money, and then you use that money to some of that money that I have bring to you to pay me for the next month. It's that simple. And then let's see about the opportunity of this offer. First, you will consistently get clients, and then you can grow your company, and it's also predictable after we find a winning campaign, and you also can enjoy your life, because you are not stressing about how to get a client anymore. And then let's talk about the risk with if you take this free offer. So first, the monetary risk. Okay, so you can say that there is no monetary risk because it's free. Okay, and then the second one, maybe your domain could be marked as spam, but this risk is also been mitigated, because we will buy you a new domain, so your current domain, your main domain, will be safe. Okay, if there's something happened which we never have encountered, but we have heard that it happens, so the domain that is marked as spam will be the new domain that we'll buy for you, not your main domain. And then the next one is the reputation. Maybe you are afraid that we send uh, if we send a bad message, maybe something that will hurt your brands. This will also be mitigated by, so before we send an email, we will put that in an Excel or maybe Google Sheet, and then you can we will give you like maybe like 3 days before we can review it. If there's no comment or anything that you want to add, or maybe something that you don't like, if you don't say anything to us, we will assume that the message is okay. But if you trust our expertise, and you don't have to worry about that, you don't have to see the Excel sheet, and then and just trust the process and let us get you the results. Okay, so there is all of this has been mitigated, so we can say that there is no risk. Okay, and then let's this is the graph, the opportunity versus risk graph. So the opportunity is at the top, but the risk is on the left, so because there is no risk. Okay, so I think that's all from this presentation. So please book a call if you are interested in the free service. So, and oh yeah, by the way, the free service is only for the first month, or maybe if we haven't find the winning campaign in the first month, we will extend it. Uh, if we think we can do it, you can find the winning campaign, we will extend it. But if not, yeah, I think that's we can. Uh, yeah, I think that's all. So you don't lose anything, and we lose some time, but I think there's something that we can learn from that. So yeah, I think that's all. So please book a call down below in this Calendly link, and see you on the call with me or my team. All right, bye bye.